Hey there, so today I'm playing with some lights and some parts and things and putting stuff together. Here we go. Hey there, Tom's Tech Show. Today I've got kind of a maker episode. So a while back I had little Arduino. So it's one of these little computer boards. They run basically one function. They do like one thing, and you don't have to worry about it booting or launching a program or anything else. Once whatever is programmed on here, once you give it power, it starts running that program, and then anytime you plug it in, give it power, it runs that program. So I have a Raspberry Pi, and this I use to I have a video on my channel about controlling your Christmas lights on your house with a Raspberry Pi and a USB relay, and that was pretty fun to do. It's very tedious stringing a lot of wire on your house, because I made it so that I could switch all of the lights on the house to any color I wanted at any different time, and that meant running Christmas lights on my house 4 times. So that takes a bit, but today we're just going to be using this Arduino. So I do have here I have one of these little microphones that I got to use with it, and I saw here they have this little program that takes the Arduino and using the signal from the microphone and makes this little light bar for sound. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. I don't have the little light bar block here, but I do have these lights here, these things here, which are these are they're called WS2811 Lights. So each one of these, if I can find an end here, yes, somewhere. Okay, if I find an end, and I hold this up close enough, you can see inside this light here, there's a little board and a chip inside there. So what happens is this is a 50 light set right here, and when you send it data, so you send it the data, and you send it a block of 50 bits of data, 50 pieces of data for what each one of the lights are going to do. So the first light will get the 50 pieces of data, take the first one, consume it, and turn that light on to what color and brightness you want it to be. Then the chip will take the remaining 49 bits of data, send it to the second light, who consumes it. Then now there'll be 48, sends that on, and so forth, all the way down to the end of the strand, which is going to be, your last bit of data. If there's any extra data, it will just be, discarded and won't be used. So I have that. So now trying to get, both of them, the code that they have on Adafruit is to program this little graph thing, and I have a different library that I use to do that. If I look at my code here, I use one called Fast LED, and that's what makes it so that I can address these WS2811 lights. So I kind of took the code in an example of getting the sound, getting the volume level, and then kind of normalizing that, and then taking that and applying that, doing this Fast LED show, which actually outputs what numbers you've put in. So anytime I call this Fast LED show, that actually puts out what lighting I want. So I could program a whole set array of all the data until I hit Fast LED show, then it won't put it out. So, but this is just going to continue to loop. So every few seconds, so like this collects data for 50 milliseconds. So every 50 milliseconds, it's going to collect the data and it's going to put out what lights I want displayed. So one of the challenges here is that here in these lights, so I have my roaming cam set up here so that I have the lights here. The challenge is this first light here, I'm going 10 lights upward, but the second row of lights, I don't want number 10. I want this to be, this is number 19. So when number 19 is lit, and it's going to go backwards. So when, as the volume gets higher, number 19 is going to light, and then when it gets higher, then we're going to light number 18, not number 20. But over here, we're also going to have number 20 lit. So when the volume gets higher, it's going to go to 21. So then 21, 19, and 20, and then it'll go 18 and 21. And then same thing on this set of lights, that it's going to do kind of the same thing. This is 39 and 40. So it's breaking it into a strand of 5 lights into 5 individual banks of 10. So here, if we see in the code, let me switch back to the second monitor here. So in the code, we have our starting points, group 1 through group 5, starting at 0, 19, 20, 39, and 40. And the little baby finches over there are going crazy being fed, so that's the extra noise we hear back there. Okay, so these, when I come down here to how I'm going to increment them or decrement them, so the group 1s are going to increase, group 2s are going to decrease. So as I roll through this code, it's going to make the lights flicker and go in a pattern where half of them are going up, well, 3 are going up in value and 2 are going down, so that I can loop the wire up and down. Otherwise, I'd have to cut the wire and then rewire it back to the bottom. So if I come here back to roaming cam and I kind of rub my finger over this, you can see that it's, as I'm making noise over the speaker, that it's getting higher. And I even changed the color of the lights as they get, really loud towards the top. It gets to be red. So you can do that, change color, different thing, whatever you want to do, kind of in that. Okay. So what I've got is this. I've got an Arduino. I've got some of these lights. These were about $15 for a set of 50, and put that all together. Loaded the code onto there, and once you load the code, right, once this Arduino, let me switch back here. Okay, there I am. Once I load this code onto my little box, right, and there's power to it. So if I take power away, then the lights are going to stay at whatever state they were in. But all I have to do is put power back to the board. And once I put the power back to the board, that code almost instantly starts running. And the lights begin to blink and go on and off based on the sound. So I'm going to eventually get a box, put that into kind of a box, maybe get some, like they have on, some fluorescent lighting, a little diffuser, put a little diffuser in front of it and stick it back here and let it, I can probably add some more colors and do some different things to it, but that's kind of what I've been doing with just some parts that I had laying around. I have my little breadboard that I get all the wires all set up on, but I'll put this code and all the parts and everything that I've used for it so that you can kind of build your own or create something of your own. Or if you want to get, they do have kind of a kit in Adafruit, where you get a lot of this stuff and can learn about a lot of this stuff for this little tiny board. But I wanted something bigger. A little tiny, that's like a 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch little board there, which I wanted something that was, big, needed to be able to be seen, right? So, all right. Well, thanks for watching this one, and if you have any questions about it or anything else, or if you're going to do your Christmas lights based off of controlling them with the Raspberry Pi, I'm very interested in the new Raspberry Pi 4, because that's going to make it really smooth code running for running Christmas lights with songs and music and everything else all put together. That should be pretty fun. I may do that again this year and probably document it again this year on YouTube. But if you have any questions or comments or anything about it, just let me know. If you want any more videos like this or movies, TV shows that I like, just look at all the other videos I have. And if you like enough of that stuff, then subscribe and get notified when everything comes out. All right. Well, thanks for watching this one. Take care. God, you people are just nuts.